Today we have member statements from the members for the districts of Windsor Lake, St. John's Centre, Topsail-Paradise, Terra Nova, and Torngat Mountains. The Honourable Member for Windsor Lake.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Speaker. Surrounded by friends and family, Denley Stone passed away on October 17th in Clarenville from complications of diabetes, age 72. Eulogist Ross Wiseman mentioned one of Den's final acts, which deserves the attention of all who doubt the resiliency of our system of government. In palliative care and looking eternity in the eye, Den made a profound commitment to the democratic system of government which defines the Canadian identity and in which Den had invested his life as a volunteer and committed pillar of his community. 2 days before he passed, he summoned electoral officials, signed his name to a special ballot, and voted. No truer love for our institutions of government and the privileges it brings has any person. May our younger generation carry his torch.
The Honourable Member for St. John's Centre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. A spirit of service defines the work of Branch 1 of the Royal Canadian Legion and makes it the heart of St. John's Centre. Whether it's a bring back a summer barbecue, dinner and dance, an Elvis tribute contest, concert, or a St. Patrick's Day dart tournament, Branch 1 finds creative ways to bring all members of the community together. The first event I attended as MHA was the Legion's Christmas in July party. Bouncy castles, a visit from firefighters, music, games of chance, a Christmas tree, and of course a visit from Santa Claus, all made for a fun time for the many families who attended, and I even got to play mummer. Not pretty. Branch 1 also looks after its own. The branch purchased 2 blanket warming machines for veterans living at the Veterans Pavilion and twice a year prepares meals for them. It organizes events to acknowledge the service and dedication of its members and veterans and to award scholarships to well-deserving students. The branch truly serves its community and country. As we approach November the 11th, it's important to reflect on the other mission of the Legion to promote remembrance. And I ask you now to join me in expressing gratitude to the members of Branch 1 for their service to our community, our veterans, active military members, and their families. Thank you.
The member for Topsail-Paradise.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I rise to recognize a number of young athletes from Octagon Elementary who have had an impressive standing during the annual Newfoundland and Labrador Athletics Association cross-country running school series, which took place this past September and October. The school placed first in the boys 2010 category for all 3 meets, and Ella Mead placed third in the girls 2009 category. In all 3 boys meets, Theo Tocknell placed second. Luke Fahy placed third in the first meet, and Ryder Mugford placed third in the second meet. A great show by all. In preparation for the meets, the students would run the school gym and the school grounds and use the beautiful trails of Paradise. Where obesity among young children is on the rise, it is encouraging to see young children being so active. The school tries to instill a love of running while being active and being a part of a team, which fosters a great sense of community within their school. Mr. Speaker, I ask members to join me in congratulating all athletes and Octagon Elementary School on a job well done. Thank you.
The Honourable Member for Terra Nova.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in this honourable House to congratulate the Bonavista Bay Search and Rescue Team based in Glovertown, who celebrated their 25th anniversary on November the 2nd. Volunteerism is never more evident than it is with these organizations. Often they embark on searches not knowing what the outcomes will be. As individuals of the public, we only see happy outcomes. This is not always the case. These members undergo extensive training with the RCMP in mapping, compass reading, survival training, and some have even received helicopter and dog search training. They put themselves out there so that others may live. I would like to make a special mention of Alton Reed, who recently passed away, and thank his family for his 23 years of service to Search and Rescue. Having personally worked with 103 Search and Rescue, I understand firsthand the sacrifices that organizations like this make. They put their lives on the line every time they receive a call. Today, I would like to thank the Bonavista Bay Search and Rescue Team, along with all other such organizations, for the good work they do.
The honourable member for Torngat Mountains.
I rise today to pay tribute to Tim McNeil, honorary recipient of the Doctor of Laws degree from Memorial University in the fall of 2019. A true advocate, Tim came from humble beginnings. Born and raised in Makkovik, Labrador, he had to leave home at the age of 13 to attend residential school in Northwest River. He later studied at Memorial University and St. Vincent University in Nova Scotia. Maybe it was this struggle that made him such a strong advocate for Inuit access to education. In 1990, Tim became education advisor to the president of the Labrador Inuit Association, a role he continued until 2005 when he was appointed Deputy Minister of Nunatsiavut's government, Department of Education and Economic Development. Tim's vision helped develop education programs for Inuit, including the Inuit Northern Nursing Program, the Inuit Bachelor of Social Work Program, and the Inuit Bachelor of Education Program. Tim also helped to develop key training opportunities for Inuit with Voices Bay Mining Development, the Lower Churchill Project, and the Voices Bay Mine Expansion Project. He also served on the National Committee on Inuit Education, which led to the creation of the National Strategy on Inuit Education. Tim continues to be a strong advocate in advocating for Inuit education. So please join me in recognizing his contribution to the Inuit of Labrador.